Today, I make over $12,000 per month just from Instagram theme pages, and I help other people do the same. In this video, I'm breaking down exactly how I went from broke to building a system that consistently pays me every single month, and how you can copy the exact same steps even if you're starting from complete zero. Most people watching this video will probably stay stuck, but if you actually follow what I'm about to show you, 6 months from now, you won't even recognize your current situation. I grew up in North Philly, man. If y'all don't know anything about North Philly, it's a rough place. It was just me, my mom, and my grandma all under the same roof. Nothing crazy, just a normal upbringing, but I always noticed how my mom always struggled to keep things together. She was always working overtime at work and really didn't have a lot of time to spend with your boy at home. That stuck with me. And even as a kid, I was trying to find different ways to start making money. I would mow lawns for people in the neighborhood throughout the summer. I would shovel snow in the winter, anything to try to put some money in my pocket. And at one point I even tried selling sneakers, but I'm not a sneakerhead and I don't know anything about sneakers, so I was just losing money. I ain't gonna lie, that didn't even last 2 weeks. Looking back on it now, it was pretty funny, but it just has me thinking I was always concentrated on different ways to start making money. So yeah, I grew up pretty normal, similar to other kids in my area at the time, but I always wanted more. The real wake-up call for me came in a couple different ways. I'd always watch my mom grinding from day in to day out, working her 9 to 5, just trying to make ends meet for me and the fam. Then at Target, I would see people in their 40s, 50s, and even their early 60s still working retail. Stocking shelves, attending the customers, sweeping the floors as if it was just normal. I actually remember sitting down one time on my 30-minute break and thinking to myself, bro, this cannot be me. There is no way I'm going to be doing this for the rest of my life. And then at the same time, as I'm on my breaks, as I'm clocked into work, I would be on Instagram and see people that were living their best lives, traveling the world, buying nice cars, buying expensive things, taking care of their families. And I'm just bro, I can't do any of that. And that contrast of my life versus theirs really hit me hard. And it made me realize if I keep following the traditional path, school, college, work, repeat, sleep, work, repeat, I would never get that kind of freedom that I really wanted, that I really craved. So something had to change. So I worked more hours and I thought that more hours would, would then equate to, me making more money, then finally me, stacking more cash and being able to free myself. My routine was insane. Wake up, go to classes, drive straight to Target. When work is done, go straight home, go straight to sleep. Weekends were spent at the job as well, trying to make more money because on the weekends, I could work longer hours than days during the week. I really looked at that current situation and thought this could never be my future. There had to be another way. That's when I started searching for a way out. I had tried everything. I was trying crypto. I tried again to resell sneakers. I started even doing Forex trading. Y'all remember when Forex became a big thing and everybody was trying to get you to join their Forex mentorship? Yeah, I did, and they got me. None of those things stuck with me. I just wasn't really interested in them. I wasn't really interested in crypto. I wasn't really interested in sneakers, and Forex just didn't work out. None of it also felt like I was building any real skills, something that I could potentially learn and then, grow that skill and then translate that to other business avenues. None of those were real skills to me. I was just trying to chase quick money, or what I thought quick money was. But the thing is about quick money, it comes fast and it leaves just as quick. And that's exactly why Instagram stood out to me, and more specifically theme pages, because it felt like a real business that I could build, learn, and then master. When I discovered Instagram theme pages, something just clicked, bro. I saw pages with 50,000 followers, 40,000 followers posting motivational quotes, and they were getting paid by real brands, through partnerships and different deals, and they were making real bread. And I'm thinking, yo, man, this is it. This is fairly simple. You know what I'm saying? I'm already interested in Instagram. I like social media. Why don't I just try to learn how to do this? You just curate content. You know what I'm saying? You build an audience and then you monetize through brand partnerships and other methods. This was the first time that I had come across a real business model that you could start with no money. Instagram is free. So I went in, bruh. My new routine became something like this. Work at Target during the day, come home, grind on my Instagram theme page until 1 or 2 in the morning, go to sleep, and then repeat. I had so much belief that this was gonna work that I actually started documenting my progress on YouTube before I even made my first dollar in the business. I was recording myself talk about how I was going to make it big and make it rich off of this Instagram page before I even made it happen. For 4 months, I was posting content, testing different niches, and barely getting any engagement. Maybe 50 views per post, 5-10 likes per post. No growth, no followers, nothing. It clearly wasn't going to come overnight. I don't think that anything coming overnight is really worth having. It took me 4 months of consistently posting daily to get my first $400 brand deal. And when that happened, that was everything for me. That was the moment that I realized that I could really do this. When I got my first brand deal, bro, I legitimately broke down into a few tears. I ain't gonna say I started crying like, you know, I had just won the Super Bowl, but I did shed a couple tears because I'm just like, hey man, this is real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can actually do this. I can sustain myself. Now, don't get me wrong, that $400 wasn't enough to pay rent, but it was the sign that more money was to come. In that moment, I realized this is real. People will actually pay me money for access to an engaged audience. Like, this is a real business model. That first deal turned into multiple deals. Started making $500 here, $800 here, hit my first 5K month. And that's when everything clicked. This isn't about luck or about going viral. This is about mastering the skill. So instead of just chasing random brand deals, I actually started focusing on how I could better the fundamentals. I wanted to be able to find profitable niches and find brands in those niches that would actually pay for my services. Then I wanted to be able to find content and curate content that could actually engage an audience, turn casual viewers into engaged followers. I then learned how to build professional media kits. So when I approach brands to get partnerships, I could send them my rates, send them my screenshots of my engagement and my followers and my audience demographics, and I could actually present myself as a professional. And I began studying exactly what made audience like posts, what made them engage with posts, and what made them share and save content. I stopped just chasing the money and I actually started to master the skills. That's when my income exploded. My first big theme page in the entrepreneurship and mindset niche made me over $80,000 in my first 12 months. That one page showed me that I could replicate this system over and over again. And I wasn't getting lucky because I had built the systems that could actually help me replicate this consistently. But here's where I messed up big time. Success had got to my head. I had over $80,000 in my bank account at 19 years old. I felt like I made it. Like, this is coming from a kid that had never had $5,000 to his name at one time. I felt like I had made it. I felt like this was the end goal of all of my grinding. So I stopped learning. I stopped grinding as hard. I got distracted by other business models and potential, investments. Let me try this other thing. Let me try this other way of making money since I already got this down pat, you know what I'm saying? My income dropped from $9,000 a month, like $10,000, $11,000 per month to 3 bands, bro. I went from making $9,000, $10,000, $11,000, $12,000 a month to making 3 bands. I stopped taking care of myself. I stopped going to the gym. Like, I just got lazy. I don't know what the hell it was. Like, dog. And I had finally reached the point where I was like, I gotta lock back in. I have to start doing what works and rebuild everything. Success doesn't go in a straight line. Neither does progress. It's not always linear. I had made my first big wins and I let it get to my head. My priorities were all messed up. I decided that I wasn't just gonna throw this business away. That's when I locked back in and I started going hard. I started learning those skills again. I had to relearn those skills. I moved into my own crib. I went and bought my car. I started eating better, hitting the gym, and I told myself I wasn't going to give up again. I wasn't going to get comfortable again. And after I did that, everything started to climb back up again. I forced myself into an environment where I had to perform, and all I had to do was use those systems that I had established before. And just when I thought I had it all figured out, when I thought I got my business back, Instagram changed everything. The algorithm shifted to strategies and things that just didn't fit with my old system. A lot of theme page creators were panicking. They were saying that, oh, the business model is dead. You need to shift over to a different niche, or you maybe need to shift to a different platform like TikTok. I'm not a big fan of TikTok. I ain't gonna cap you down. But I had saw it differently. I went deep in trying to study the new algorithm, figure out what made it work the way that it did, what made videos viral, what made people engage with content, how was Instagram referring people to new content. I was testing different formats for content, analyzing what was actually working for pages similar to mine and why my page had stopped performing. And then I found a gap, a way to position your content that the algorithm loved and brands loved even more. I figured out the exact content that Instagram rewards, and I built my new system around that. That's why my pages blew past 300,000 in deals while other people were just giving up on the business. It wasn't luck. I just cracked what the new algorithm actually wanted. At this point, I had proven that this system worked across multiple niches. I wasn't just getting lucky once. I was constantly replicating those results across different pages, in different niches, with different audiences. My first big theme page in the entrepreneurship and mindset niche made me over $80,000 in my first 12 months. But that one page alone wasn't just a fluke. It wasn't just a one out. I took that same system and I applied it to different niches. I built pages that consistently hit over 50,000, 60,000 followers using the exact same content strategies that I used. My main Instagram account didn't make over $300,000 just from going viral. It was from having those systems in place. So I always knew what to post, when to post it, how to post it, what sounds to use, what captions to use. And I started positioning my page as the premier account for brands that wanted to do business. I was consistently pulling in over $10,000 a month on my pages. And it wasn't just from luck and going viral. It was about understanding what the algorithm wanted. That's when I realized that this isn't something that would just work for me. This is the legitimate business model with repeatable systems. Repeatable systems that can be used across multiple different niches if you know what you're doing. And now I'm ready to teach this exact system to a small group of people who are serious about turning this into a real business. But here's the real lesson from my entire journey. Theme pages aren't just a get-rich-quick scheme. I said that earlier. They're a real business that requires real skill and consistency. The difference between theme page creators making $0 and theme page creators making 5, 10, 15,000 monthly isn't just going viral or having luck. It's about having systems. It's about treating it like a business. It's about being willing to grind when nobody is watching. That's my entire story. From $47 in my bank account, working part-time at Target, to building a real business with Instagram theme pages. Now here's the thing. I opened up 8 new coaching spots where I'll personally work with you one-on-one to help you grow and monetize your account from zero. I'll walk you through the exact systems that I built step by step, picking profitable niches, creating content that the algorithm actually pushes to people, landing your first brand deals, and scaling to consistent monthly income. If you're serious about turning Instagram theme pages into a real business that can bring you monthly income, instead of just another hobby that comes and fades out of your life, click the link in the description or hit the first pinned comment. Most people will watch this video, hear my story, then get super motivated, then go back to scrolling and stay stuck. Time to stop making excuses and actually go out there and build something real. Let's get to it, bro.